Hello guys, welcome to another lecture of MHCET Mathematics. Today we are going to start with pair of straight lines. Now this chapter basically is a very straightforward chapter. The questions asked in this are very straightforward. The main important thing in this is that you have to first of all understand what is given in the question, and then the solution becomes quite easy once you get the question. In this chapter there are quite number of things to be remembered, that is how to find the pair of straight lines, then what is the general equation of pair of straight lines, then what are the different types of lines so that you will be able to generate the general equation, and what is the angle between those pair of lines and all that thing. So there is a lot of things to remember. So let us try to recollect what are the things which are required in this. I will be mentioning what the main points also, along with the basic things which has to be known for a student whenever he is attempting such type of questions. So let's go. Let us go through the first set of equations. So these are the basic equations. This is the general equation of a line, ax plus by plus c equals 0. So in that I will get my slope as minus a by b, the x-intercept will be minus c by a, and the y-intercept is minus c by b. If my line is parallel to x-axis, then I won't be having a term in this, so that is basically by plus c equals 0 is the equation of line which is parallel to x-axis. Similarly, equation of line parallel to y-axis, I will have b is equal to 0, and the line passing through origin, I will have c equals 0. Then the equation of line passing through x1 y1. So if I am having any line which is given, which is passing through this particular point, and they are telling us if it is parallel to this particular line, then I can directly write the equation of my required line as a into x minus x1 plus b into y minus y1. So basically what you do is you take the coefficient of x and y, and you will just write, instead of x I will write x minus x1, and y I will write y minus y1. You won't be having a c in this. You will get the c when you solve this particular equation, but you won't be taking this particular c. If the line is perpendicular to this required line, then in that case the a and b get swapped with a negative sign given to the y. So you will have a b and a minus a. So that is x minus x1 and y minus y1 terms. So basically this happens because whenever the lines are parallel to each other, the slopes are equal. That means my m1 is equal to m2 if the lines are parallel to each other. If they are perpendicular, then I have the product of the slopes as minus 1. So if m1 m2 will be equal to minus 1. Coming to the chapter which is my pair of straight lines. So this becomes a general equation if the pair of lines are passing through origin, that is ax square plus 2hxy plus by square. So we won't be having the terms of the constant term, the x term and the y term in this. Next one is, if I am from this I can calculate my m1 and m2. So the addition of the slopes of the line, that is m1 and m2, will be minus 2h by b, and the product of the slopes will be a by b. If I want to find what is the angle between the pair of straight lines, then I can use this particular equation, that is tan theta is equal to 2 root h square minus ab upon a plus b. So from this itself I can get whether the lines are going to be perpendicular or they are going to be the same lines. That is, if I am having a plus b is equal to 0, then I get a perpendicular line, and if it is the numerator is 0, then I will get the lines are coincident. Next is the joint equation of the bisector of the line, which is given by this particular equation, will be given by this equation, that is x square minus y square upon a minus b is equal to xy upon h. Now in this set of equations, if I am having a joint line which is passing through this particular point and it is going to be parallel to this pair of lines, then the equation will be, I will just replace my x by x minus x1 and y by y minus y1, and keeping everything same if that is for the case of parallel lines. Now if they are perpendicular to this pair of lines, then it will be the interchanging of a and b and giving a minus sign to my middle term. Rest it was x replacing by x minus x1 and y replacing by y minus y1. This equation represents a general pair of lines, like any pair of lines. If I am finding the joint equation of it, then it will be given by this set of terms. Now if this has to represent the pair of lines, then this particular condition has to be satisfied, that from this particular equation I will be able to find the intersection of the two lines which this is representing the joint equation. There are many other forms of equation which are there. I have just discussed the main part of it. Now let us go to the problem section. In the first question, we have to find the joint equation of lines which is going to trisect the first and the third quadrant. So basically I have to find my line such that they are going to trisect. So I will require two lines to trisect the angles in the quadrant, and since I am trisecting, the angles which the lines will be making with the x-axis will be 30 and 60 degrees. So since I know the angles which they are making with the x-axis, I can find the slopes of them. So my slope of L1 and L2, let us find the slope of L1, let it be M1. So slope of L1 will be tan 30, which will give you the value of 1 by root 3, and M2 will be tan 60, which will give you the value of root 3. Now the lines which are since they are passing through the origin, they will be having the general equation y is equal to mx. So I will have the first line, that is L1, as y equals m, that is 1 by root 3x, which I will be writing it as x minus root 3y equals 0. My second line will have the value y is equal to root 3x, which I will write it as root 3x minus y equals 0. So if I want to find the joint equation, then I have to simply multiply these two. So I will have x minus root 3y into root 3x minus y equals 0. I will get it as root 3x square minus xy minus 3, so that will give it as minus 4, and plus root 3y square equals 0. So if you just look out for the option, then it will be your option D. Okay, your question is you have to find the separate equation from this particular joint equation. I am considering this 4x square as 2x the whole square, and I am having this a square minus b square form. So I will just use that a plus b, a minus b, and from that I can take my 2x plus y common. So basically I am having this two products. So these are the pair of lines. So if you just check out, my A is the answer for this particular question. So next question is, a line is given to us, a combined equation of lines is given to us, and I have to find from which of these points it is passing through. So what I will do is I will consider the equation, that is xy. So what I can do is I can just take x common from here. So if I take x common from here, I will get y plus 3 minus, if I take 2 common, I will get y plus 3 equals 0. So I am getting y plus 3 into x minus 2 equals 0. So I am getting the values as x equals 2 and y equals minus 3. So my option should be C. In the second question, I have to separate this joint equation. So let me consider that joint equation as it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this y square on the other side. So I'm taking this y square on the other side. I'm having this a term over here. So my b term basically will be my y cosec alpha. So that a term is basically for the a plus b the whole square. So I'm trying to make that a perfect square. So it will be x square plus 2 into x into y cosec. So I will require a b term, that is b square term. So my b term is this. So y square cosec square alpha is a term which I will require. Since I'm adding this term on my own, I have to compensate that. So I'm compensating in the other side by addition on that side also. So now this becomes a plus 2ab plus b square, which is a plus b the whole square. From this, if I take my y square common, I will get it as cosec square alpha minus 1. So cosec square alpha minus 1 is basically cot square. So I will get it as cot square alpha. When I'm taking square root on both sides, I will get this as plus minus. After this, if you just observe the options, they are present in my sine and cos. So basically you have to convert this into your sine and cos. Your cosec is nothing but 1 by sine alpha, and your cot alpha is nothing but cos alpha upon sine alpha. So you will have to multiply throughout by sine alpha. So you will get this equation as sine alpha into x plus y equals plus and minus y cosec alpha. So your equation will be x sine alpha plus, if you take the y common, inside you will have 1 plus minus cos alpha, which is equal to 0. So if you just compare this, you will get that D is the answer for it. Now the next question is, you have to find the joint equation of the line which is going to pass through this particular point and which is parallel to this pair of lines. They will be giving you some options. Over here I have not just written it. I am just showing you how to apply that formula which I had given you. So what you will do is, if it is passing through your 2 comma minus 1, so you will write the equation as 2 into x minus 2 the whole square plus 3 into x minus 2 into y plus 1 minus 9 into y plus 1 the whole square equals 0. So if you just solve this particular equation, you will get the equation of pair of lines. Going on to the next one, they have given one of the lines of this pair of lines and I have to find the constant k. So since this is represented over here, I can just substitute x equals 3y in this pair of lines equation. So I will get it as 2 into 3y the whole square minus x. So wherever x is present, I am just substituting 3y. So I will get it as 9 square, so 9 2s are 18, 18y square minus 3y square plus k equals 0. So if I just solve this equation, I will get k as minus 15. So you will select your option D. In the next section, if my slope of one line is given as the square of the slope of the other line, then these conditions I have to check. So what I will do is, let one of the slope be m1, so the other will be m1 square. I know that addition of the slope is given by minus 2h by b and my product of the slope is given by a by b. So what I will do is, I will cube this term throughout. So I will get it as m1 plus m1 square cube is equal to minus 8h cube by b cube. So when I cube this term, I will get it as a cube plus 3ab into a plus b cube, which is equal to this. Now I know that m1 cube, from here I will get m1 cube as a by b. So I will just substitute that value. So I will get a by b plus, again it is m1 cube, so it is a by b into, this is m1 plus m1 square, which is this particular term. So that gives me a minus 2h by b and plus m1 square cube. So m1 square cube, I can write it as m cube square. So basically it is a by b the whole square, which is equal to minus 8h cube by b cube. So in this, if I just multiply throughout by b cube, I will get it as ab square minus 3a, or this can be written as 6a h by b square into b cube. So that will be 6abh plus a square b is equal to minus 8h. So that 8h cube comes over here is equal to 0. So what I can do is I can take from this to ab common, and I will have a plus b minus 6abh plus 8h cube equals 0. So if you just look out for this particular option, you can see that it is your option B. So in this question I have to find slope of the line's difference. So this is the joint equation given to me. If I compare the equation, I will get it as A is 6, 2h is minus 1 and B is minus 2. So I know that m1 plus m2, that is slopes addition, is given by minus 2h by b. So minus 2h is minus 1 by b is minus 2. So I will get it as 1 by 2. And the product of them, that is m1, m2, is given by a by b. My a is 6 and my b is minus 2. I will get it as minus 3. So after that I want to find the difference. So for difference I can use this formula, that is m1 minus m2 the whole square is equal to m1 plus m2 the whole square minus 4 times m1 m2. So I will just substitute the values. So I know m1 plus m2 is half, so that will be 1 by 4. Then minus 4 into m1 m2, that is minus 3, so that becomes plus 12. So this will become the value for 4 into 48, so 49. So if I just take square root on both sides, I will get this as 7 by 2. So my difference of m1 and m2 will be having 7 by 2 answer. So these are some of the typical questions which can be asked in my MHCT from pair of straight lines. There are many other questions. If you have any doubts regarding them, how to solve them, how to find them in a quicker manner, you can comment below. If you have any doubts regarding this video, please feel free to comment below. Please subscribe to our page so that you won't be missing any videos which will be uploaded. I'll be uploading a new video for tomorrow which will be related to a new chapter on MHCET mathematics. So till then, please keep learning, keep practicing and keep the motto going on, because you have to reach your goal. For reaching that goal, the only option is practice. So keep watching, keep liking the video.